Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here at Full Throttle. Thank you very much for tuning in today's episode. Very special day overall. I'm actually preparing the C63 for a bit of a road trip with the Maritime Exotics and the Slowpoke group. Be sure to check out the links down below and for their social media Instagram pages. Show some support to the guys. So I'm going to be hopefully doing some footage for that. That's going to be this weekend coming up. Be definitely a separate episode. If I do end up cutting out a little bit of a secret coming up, a special episode for the C63, maybe a little bit more performance is in store for her. So definitely stay tuned for that. But today I'm just pulled in from the post office. I got a special package in the back of the car that I've been waiting for. Very quick shipping, so I'm excited to see the quality of the product. I'm not going to say too much yet. We're going to open it up, show you guys what we got for the C63. This is something I've been waiting for quite some time to be able to hook up the right deal on and get for the C63. I really think it's going to transform the car. But as always, leave your thoughts and comments down below. But let's jump to the trunk, open her up, and show you guys what we got in store. Alright guys, here we are. The special package just arrived from the post office. I did rip up the tape just so it's a little easier to get into while I'm filming. I do only have one hand, the other hand's holding the camera. Definitely makes it tough sometimes, guys. But let's get into this box. Like I said, I haven't opened it quite yet. I did prepare it. Alright guys, we have the brand new steering wheel here. Let's get some of this protective wrap off. Nice beautiful foam padded cover. Oh guys, look at this. Whew. Beautiful carbon fiber, perforated leather grips, and then of course the carbon fiber on the top as well with the finger grips. Oh my god guys, I don't know how well this is picking up on camera, but this is flawless carbon fiber. Black stitching. This is custom made. I will leave the link down in the description below from the person and the site, the company that I purchased it from. This is a Mercedes genuine OEM wheel, so this isn't a knockoff wheel or anything like that. Oh guys, I'm excited to get this installed in the beast. I'll just pop inside real quick and show you guys the current wheel. This is the P31 package, as I've mentioned before. So we do have the Alcantara leather, of course, and I'm not going to be getting rid of this wheel by any means. I mean, this wheel is beautiful. I do love the Alcantara leather, but the black leather, the carbon fiber is going to look amazing in my opinion, guys. Also, leave your thoughts and comments down below. Let me know, do you like the extended paddle shifters? I did do an episode on that a little while back, and I haven't had a lot of comments on that. I know a lot of people think it's kind of ricey, but I've enjoyed them. Like, they've come in handy. I've been playing with the manual mode a lot more in the C63, and it's a beast to play with. Like, I know a lot of people complain the shifts aren't that quick. I mean, by no means, it is not a dual clutch, but for what it is, it shifts very quick in my opinion, guys. But I do like the extended paddles personally. Let me know if you think I should transfer it over to the new carbon fiber wheel, or maybe if I should get some carbon fiber extenders instead of the black aluminum. I think the carbon fiber would, again, I'm in love with carbon fiber. If I can find a nice set of carbon fiber paddle shifter extenders, maybe that's what we'll have to put on. Or again, leave your thoughts and comments down below. Maybe I should just leave the standard silver OEM shifters. But either way, guys, I hope you're as excited as I am to see this wheel installed. I won't be wasting any more time. Let's set up the camera, let's grab the wheels, grab the tools, and we'll get this thing done. So first thing first, if anybody's doing this, if you guys are doing this at home, doesn't matter what vehicle, what make, model, anything, be sure anytime messing with an airbag, removing an airbag, you disconnect the battery and let the vehicle sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Longer the better, but 10 to 15 minutes you should be safe most times than none. It just gives time for any modules to de-energize and much less risk of a possible airbag explosion. So that's what I'm going to do first thing first, disconnect the battery, and then we're going to move on. There's two T30 Torx bolts behind the airbag. I'll show you that the best I can. We're going to remove the airbag, and then we have a 10mm nut in the center. I'm hoping it's not on there too bad. I know I've had on my C230 compressor, a 4-foot breaker bar and leaning on that thing like crazy to get it loose, and it still wouldn't budge. So I'm hoping this one won't be as tight. The airbag should be pretty good as well. It was under the recall. Mercedes-Benz TriStar, the dealership here in St. John, replaced that not too long ago actually. So it should be pretty easy to get the airbag out. The steering wheel, I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad. Like I said, it's a 10mm Allen. Hopefully that'll come off pretty easy, guys, and then we should be really straightforward to get this thing installed. So be sure to stay tuned. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Let's get this new wheel installed and see how she looks. All right, guys, we've got the battery disconnected in the trunk. Like I said, doesn't matter what make or model you're working on. Anytime you're working around an airbag or removing an airbag, you want to disconnect the battery and let the vehicle sit for a minimum 10 to 15 minutes. Always longer the better. Gives time for any modules to de-energize. We definitely don't want any airbags going off. Very dangerous. So we have the battery disconnected. The vehicle is set for about 10-15 minutes. We should be good to go. Right behind the steering wheel, there's normally 2 holes, very easy to see, and there's a T30 Torx bolt in there. So a nice Allen wrench like that with the T30 Torx will be able to get in there. So we're going to remove the airbag first. Like I said, 2 T30s. So let's do that now. Another important thing to consider is once you disconnect the battery, you won't be able to adjust the steering wheel any further. So you want to make sure you're clear from the wiper stalks, indicator, anything like that, that you can get your wrench in there. Alright, guys, so we have the first T30 loose. We're going to move on to the second one. Like I said, it's just a small hole in the back. Alright, guys, once you have the 2 T30 Torx bolts removed, they actually stay in the housing of the wheel, but once they're fully loosened off, you'll be able to grab the wheel gently, or the airbag gently, and pull straight out. Now we have a lot going on here, much more complicated than your normal airbag on most older vehicles, but it's very simple. So we have basically what's going on here is 2 clips at the top. They're both for your paddle shifters. So what you're going to do is grab those, pull straight out, and they just unclip like that. So repeat that on both sides. Once that is completed, you can see we have a lot more going on, but what's very simple is we have 2 plugs in the main center of the wheel. We have a purple plug and a yellow, and you can see we have 2 tabs on each side. What you're going to do is depress both of those inwards towards the clip and then pull straight out. It's very hard, not a lot of room here. I'm going to try to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing, but like I said, all you're doing is depressing those in, that clip in like that clip in, and then pull straight out on both the purple and yellow. It's exactly the same thing. So I'll try to perform that now, and try not to let the airbag hang and put stress on those wires for too long. You definitely don't want to damage any wiring. So we'll perform that now. So it is kind of finicky to get in there, but depress both of those clips as far as you can and just pull straight out just like that. And repeat that process on the purple clip as well. Alright, guys, so now we have the airbag removed. You want to sit this somewhere in a very safe place, out of the sun and away from any moisture. And anytime you sit an airbag down, you do not want to sit the airbag facing down, always up. If the airbag does deploy unexpectedly, if it's facing down, this thing will turn into a projectile and you do not want to get hit from it. If it's up like this, if it does explode, I mean, you don't want it to, but if it did, it's going to force everything down. It's not going to cause any further damage or possibly injure you. So I'm going to go put this in the trunk. The trunk is open. I'm going to sit in the trunk for now. We're not going to be very long. And as you can see here, we do have the 10mm bolt in the center. So I'm going to try to get everything set up. Hopefully I have the right tools today and we'll be able to pop this off without too much trouble. What we have is a 10mm Allen socket. It's going to fit directly into the bolt, and then all I have now, it is recommended normally to have a breaker bar. You're going to need a slight extension to clear the steering wheel, and then of course your ratchet or breaker bar. So I did mark the wheel just temporarily. At least I do know where the wheel's sitting currently. So all you're going to do is insert the 10mm Allen, and we're gonna have our makeshift breaker bar here. And very important, guys, do not start cranking on this. As you can see, that turning that's torquing the wheel, and what's going to happen is you're going to put a lot of stress on the steering lock, and it's very important to do not do that. Have a second pair of hands, have somebody hold the wheel, or make sure you're holding the wheel and putting force into your hand, not into the steering lock. It's a very expensive part. It needs to be coated for the vehicle. You do not want to break that. So make sure you put stress on the wheel and use your other hand to crack the bolt, just like that. It's not super tight. I will try to see if I can find the torque specs on that bolt, but it's that simple, guys. So now we can remove that. Again, keep stress on the wheel, and you're going to remove that bolt. Simple as that. It's a very simple process, guys. It's nothing confusing, nothing very complicated. You guys can do this yourself at home. As you can see, there is some blue Loctite. It's very important to add some additional Loctite to that when reinstallation. And then of course we do have our alignment keys. So Mercedes is I don't know if any other makes do this, but we do have our center keys that are lined up. You guys probably won't be able to see that on camera very well, but they are there. So we have our channel lock at the bottom, and we have the channel at the top with the lines, and then on the sides we have our double lines as well. So the wheel lines up perfectly every time. So really you don't need to do a mark. It's just more of a reference for myself in case those marks aren't there from factory. But anyways, guys, they're all there. So now the next step is I'll jump in the car here, and what we're going to do is slowly pull the wheel straight off, just like that. So as simple as that, guys. We now have the old wheel off. Like I said, this is the P31 vehicle package. So we do have the Alcantara. Like I said earlier, we will be doing a new episode that will show you guys how to restore your Alcantara leather, whether it's a steering wheel, interior panels, anything like that. This stuff gets very grimy, especially when it's not maintained properly, and the oils from your hands and different things will pretty well turn it into a matte leather. So it's not very nice. So we're going to restore this wheel in case we ever want to swap it back in. We're going to be doing that. So otherwise, the wheel's removed, guys. We're going to grab the new wheel, sit it on, and it's basically reverse of what we've already done. Put that 10mm Allen bolt in, torque it up, and then we're going to reinstall the airbag with the 2T30, make sure all the electrical connectors are connected properly, and we're going to be rocking that beautiful carbon fiber steering wheel. Like I said, I will leave the link down in the description below. I do have a card he sent as well. I'll show you guys where I purchased this wheel, and because so far, guys, the craftsmanship of that wheel is absolutely beautiful. So enough talking, guys. Let's get this thing installed. I'm going to put this in the trunk, grab the new wheel, and sit it inside. So we're ready to realign the steering wheel onto the vehicle. Just real quick, I just grabbed it here. The card, it's S550 parts because she's worth it. Serving the Mustang community. I guess he specializes in Mustang parts, but by all means, this is a C63 original Mercedes OEM steering wheel that's custom hand-laid carbon fiber with the new leather wrapped perforated grips with the black stitching. This is custom ordered. You tell this guy what you want and he comes through with it. Any colors, many different options. Be sure, guys, if you want a quality part at a good price, reach out to S550 Parts. That's his Instagram there. I'll leave a link down below as well. By all means, this is not a sponsored video. I paid full price for this. He didn't give me any discount at all. I wish he did. By all means, I definitely tried, but I paid full price for this, so I'm definitely not owing any favors. This is my personal opinion. We'll definitely keep you updated, but at this point, guys, the quality, the stitching, everything seems top quality here. So like I said, check out his Instagram, check out his page, and maybe he has something that you guys would like for your vehicle. So we'll move on here, get this installed. So like as mentioned earlier, we have two main keyways in the steering wheel, and then of course we have our alignment marks that's on the vehicle. The keyways are factory lineup like that. Those marks should be on yours, but just be sure to check it before you actually remove that steering wheel. You want everything to line up perfectly straight again. So we'll get this lined up here now. There's a few adjustments. There's a lot of teeth there, so just be sure to get it aligned up properly. The first time I thought I did there, but it was off a couple teeth, so that should be perfectly aligned now. At this point, we'll reinstall that 10mm Allen, and it is a good practice to add a little drop of blue Loctite to that as well, so we will do that. And then, guys, like I said, very simple. Plug in your airbag, your yellow and purple clip, and then of course your paddle shifter clips at the top. And after that, it's your 2T30, and we're ready to rock this steering wheel with the new carbon fiber. It's gonna look wicked, guys. Both T30 Torques are all snugged up. You don't need to go crazy on the tightness. Just snug them up and then a quarter turn. So overall, guys, all we need to do now is hook up the battery, and then we should be ready to go. Again, the steering wheel is all secure. We have the 10mm Allen bolt torqued up, 2 T30s, all the airbag connectors plugged in, our paddle shifters plugged in, and of course we did swap over the original paddle shifters with the extenders on them. Let me know what you guys think of those. Alright, so we're ready for the full reveal here. We're going to pull off the padded protector and see for the first time what this steering wheel looks like in the C63, guys. So here we go. This thing is gorgeous, guys. Look at that carbon fiber. The perforated leather with the black stitching is just a perfect contrast. Loving this steering wheel. Like I said, I'll try to get a close-up here of the stitching. The close-up of the stitching, the quality is absolutely perfect. The transition from the leather to the carbon, just look at the gloss, the reflection, guys. This is absolutely perfect. I'm super stoked to finally have a carbon fiber steering wheel in the C63. I feel like it transforms the car. And you look over to the left when you check your mirror, you got the carbon fiber mirrors, the front splitter, the rear diffuser, the carbon lip. If you haven't already noticed, I am a little addicted to carbon fiber, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Gonna check the time. If the video is not too long, I'm gonna also include the front badge. We're gonna swap that out, as I mentioned, with the new OEM blacked out version. I think it's gonna suit the car, the look that I'm going for, very well also. So we'll try to include that. If not, you'll see that in the next video. Be sure to stay tuned, guys. And as always, thank you very much for your love and support. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. And until next time, you know what to do. Keep red full throttle.